Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. We're going to talk about something everyone's interested in, that is like meme stocks and the mentality that comes with them. And also, Robinhood COO actually said there needs to be an attitude adjustment to meme investment, or what we coined as meme investment, saying that it's actually insulting to assume that meme investors really are unsophisticated and really don't know what they're doing. Now, I have many thoughts on this. One, she does argue that all retail investors have a plethora of information that's available to them. That is absolutely true. There's a lot of information out there. But I think she's kind of like going just completely glossing over the fact that people are lazy bums for the most part. And just because you have information available to you doesn't mean they're going to take advantage of that information. It's just like fishing, like I can point people to like great spots, but if you have to walk to those spots, no, people are just going to park in the parking lot and fish right off the dock, even though if that spot's not as good. Same thing with like information. Like people would rather listen to a crypto guru or whoever they think is a crypto guru rather than actually do their own research and do better at investing, because people are lazy bums. That's why people listen to Elon Musk and Mark Cuban, even though they're nowhere near crypto gurus. And you got to think, like, if you listen to YouTubers or like anyone like that, even myself, like you're kind of assuming that they have your best interest in mind. That's not always true, especially if they're often sponsored by certain companies to actually try to get you to buy X coin. So the thing is, like, I am not often sponsored, and I always disclose whether I'm sponsored or not. And but I don't think everyone plays that way, honestly. I don't really know who does and who doesn't. And but I do know that, at least I hear that a lot of other YouTubers are more often sponsored. And if they don't disclose, then you don't really know, like, if they're trying to get you to buy something, or like if they are really liking this coin. Because if someone pays you $100,000 to promote a certain coin, even if you don't like it all that much, a lot of people will actually promote it, depending on how desperately they actually need money or how much they love money. I like money. I don't love money. So as long as I have enough, not really a big deal to me. The other thing is, like, we've all heard of the affiliate programs, especially with leverage trading platforms, where basically they don't get paid via sign up, but they get paid once the person they refer gets liquidated. I personally think that should be illegal, because you're actively incentivized to work against the people you're referring. So essentially, like, I think that should be illegal. But if those rumors are true, then like definitely, like, there's definitely a conflict of interest. You got to realize that, like, only you have your best interest in mind. All these gurus, us YouTubers, we may not have always have your best interest in mind, so that's why you should always do research. But most people are too lazy, and that's why they listen to crypto gurus, whether on YouTube or whether it's a celebrity like Elon Musk, etc. So her statement that, like, people have a plethora of information available to them may actually not, be that great of an argument. And I think there is an argument for that, for regulations and investor protection. However, you could say, well, they're adults. If they make a decision, that's really their choice. I mean, I could go with that as well. So the thing is, like, with these meme stocks, I actually do think a lot of people do know what they're doing. They know that they're not long-term stocks. I don't think I think a lot of these people do know that these are not long-term, like, investments, but they choose to invest in many ways. I refuse to believe that people would actually look at a coin like Cumrocket and believe that it's a great long-term investment. I mean, it's called Cumrocket, for God's sakes. So the thing is, like, I do believe that, like, they thought they could just get out and make money before the whole thing crashes, because I bet like 90% of people who invest in something like Cumrocket knew that it was eventually going to crash. Then they just thought they would be able to beat the market and get out before it crashes. But the thing is, they don't hold most of those coins, and the big whales that hold those coins, they can always beat you to the punch. So the thing is, like, they know they were playing hot potato, but they were willing to play hot potato anyways. And I think it's a lot of the same with these current meme coins, whether it's like Shiba Inu, which has a little bit more behind it than other meme coins, or like Saitama. Like, if you take a coin like Saitama and if you really look at it, where it burns 2% of the coin per transaction, that's essentially a coin that that's essentially a coin that disincentivizes you from making any kind of transactions, which is like the whole point of blockchain. Like, feeless transactions, anonymous transactions. So you're disincentivizing people from making transactions at all by basically penalizing them with a 2% fee every time they make a transaction. And that supply will dwindle, dwindle, and dwindle. So essentially, you have a coin and a chain that really can't do anything because like people don't want to make transactions on them, which makes it completely useless. So I think people actually know that. I think a lot of people actually know that that's a bad investment, and you're basically just playing hot potato. But they're willing to play hot potato. They're basically like, there's a big sign that says, "Okay, you're just playing hot potato with this investment." They're like, "Oh, we want to play hot potato. Don't prevent us from playing hot potato." And to that I say, I think the regulators should just let them play hot potato, because the thing is like, as long as like they know what they're getting into and they consciously decide to do it, that's really on them. So I do think regulators have a job to prevent like scams and rug pulls, but I don't really think like the regulations should actually prevent people from playing hot potato if they want to play hot potato. It's just like if I want to bet that, let's say, the Sacramento Kings are going to win the NBA championship. See, no one should be able to prevent me from putting like $100,000, assuming I have $100,000, on the Sacramento Kings winning an NBA championship this year. It's probably not going to happen. I mean, there's almost no chance that it actually happens because Sacramento has been perennially horrible, and they're probably one of the worst run franchises in the NBA. But if I knew that and I still wanted to bet on the Sacramento Kings winning the NBA championship, there should be no regulations to stop me from actually betting on the Sacramento Kings. Just like there should be no regulations from preventing you from buying Cum Rocket. The only time when regulations should step in board is like when the coin is selling itself as something great, but it's really a rug pull deciding to screw investors. But the thing is, like, if something basically is labeled a meme coin and everyone knows it's a meme coin and you still want to buy the meme coin, that should be on the investor. So my take on it is that, like, I don't think she's completely right. I do think the information's out there. I just think, like, it's the investors that don't want to actually take the time and read the information, and therefore they trust gurus. And that's like the investors' fault themselves, at least partly. And the thing is, like, the other part is that I think a lot of these investors do know that they are actually going to play hot potato with one of these meme coins, but they do it anyways. And at that point, because they do it anyways, that's entirely on them. So I really think she's right about, like, regulators shouldn't be too tight on this, because people are going to find ways to stupidly gamble their money anyways. You can't really prevent them to do that. But I don't really agree with her that, like, people have all the right information, because people are just too damn lazy to actually make use of that information. So that's my thoughts on it. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.